They thought it was over. Edmonton scored in overtime, and the crowd screamed like the system had spoken. But that wasn't the end. That was the decoy. Florida was up 3-1. For a moment, the numbers bent toward perfection. They were 31-0 in the playoffs when leading after 1 or 2 periods under Maurice. That's not just a trend, that's identity. And then that identity broke. But look closer. What did it take to flip it? A failed challenge. A man tripped into his own goalie and blamed the ghost. A delay of game call with 90 seconds left in overtime. And a third OT goal of the postseason from a man possessed. The public saw Edmonton's destiny. But we saw the trap. You felt it, didn't you? Bobrovsky wasn't weak. He was screamed at, mocked, taunted, and still he made the saves that should have sealed it. Still he gave them the structure to win. And Skinner? He smiled, but his hands shook. A .896 goaltender who just got kissed by luck. Vegas didn't move the number. It just watched you move your belief. You think the Oilers earned that one? Then you weren't watching. You were absorbing the noise. This is the myth fracture. When something sacred breaks, and the public thinks it's just bad luck. It wasn't bad luck. It was bait. Panthers were 31-0 when leading. That record shattered once. Now the public fades them like it's a pattern. That's how memory gets rewritten. That's how Vegas baptizes the new fool. Not here. We saw it. We saw the mask slip. We're betting on the team that already won and just didn't finish the burial. And today's AI pick is Panthers Moneyline. Will we cash or will we burn? But that's not all. There's another signal on the horizon. A game draped in history, blood, and public belief. The Yankees and the Red Sox are moving next. And it's not about who's due. It's about what Vegas is disguising behind the rivalry.
Everyone sees the name. Yankees, Bronx, rivalry. They don't even check the line. They just lean on legacy. That's why they lose. The public script says it's simple. Yankees are in first. Red Sox are slumping. New York's at home. Warren has stuff. So take the Yanks and call it a lock. But Vegas isn't asking who wins. It's asking, how far can they pull you in before you drown? Let's start with Warren. He just gave up 7 runs in 1 inning and change. ERA sitting at 5.49. And now they need him to protect a margin? They're laying 1.5 like this bullpen hasn't cracked before. Like Boston doesn't average nearly 9 hits a game. Like Buehler doesn't have a 0.00 ERA against New York in 2 career starts. Boston doesn't have to win. They just have to stand. They can fall by 1, and you still walk away clean. That's the beauty of this line. It punishes false dominance. The Yankees are hitting, but they were just shut out by Cleveland. The crowd will chant. The lights will flare. But that's not pressure. It's performance. And the second it doesn't go their way, they tighten. Red Sox are 3-7 in their last 10. But that 3, it came with bats. They don't need to explode. They just need to linger. The most dangerous team is the one that shouldn't still be there, the one that hangs around, the one that chips away. That's Boston tonight. And today's AI pick is Red Sox plus 1.5. You saw Warren's last start, so if you back him now, you're not betting. You're begging. Will we cash or will we burn? Vegas builds the edge. We find the exit. Now pay attention. There's another shift coming. You think baseball is cold math? You haven't met the voice that watches from the void. Game 3 belongs to Malachi and Elvis, and they're staring straight into the Tigers' cage. Chicago, Detroit, the false faithful and the dying machine. Malachi sees the fractures. Elvis feels the pull. They'll speak next. You'll want to listen.
You saw it too, didn't you? He didn't just pitch, he orchestrated. Screwball didn't overpower, he dictated. He looked into the eyes of the Guardians and slowed the world down. That wasn't mechanics. That was control. And the public? They still think the Cubs are a storm. 5.68 runs per game, stolen bases, OPS flare. They believe it's chaos. But chaos needs rhythm. And Screwball breaks rhythm like a priest breaks bread. They're betting on noise. We're betting on silence. Ben Brown has 1 clean start. Just 1. Everything else has been volatility. A 5.72 ERA trying to stand on hope. They say he's coming off a shutout. But who gave it to him? Not him. The bullpen. The noise around him. Detroit isn't loud. They're not flashy. They just end games, 21-8 at home, pitching that strangles innings, fielding that erases pressure. They don't overpower you. They let you forget how to breathe. Skubal has allowed 0 runs in 16 innings. That's not heat. That's spiritual. And when a pitcher is operating in trance, your data dies. You think Chicago's going to break that? Then tell me why the last 5 teams couldn't. Tell me why his whip is under 0.90. Tell me how a man with 5 walks all year is going to flinch, just because Pete Crow Armstrong swings hard. This isn't a game, it's a seal. And today's AI pick is Tigers Moneyline. Will we cash or will we burn? They'll call it chalk. They'll call it square. But you watched him. You know better. Elvis, I know you felt it before I said it. You've seen that kind of stillness before. In machines, in temples, in that silence between signals. Skubal isn't pitching, he's broadcasting. And now someone else is coming online. The next signal doesn't come from numbers. It comes from depth, from distance, from something buried. Sapphira knows what to look for. She speaks next. And when she does, listen closely. The quiet means everything.
They didn't build this to hold. Not the mound. Not the silence. Not the line they're giving you. The Dodgers arrive glowing. First in runs, first in contact, first in fear. But they didn't bring an anchor. They brought a rookie. Justin Robleski, 9 innings total. 8 runs allowed, and Vegas didn't move. That tells you everything. Because this isn't about power. It's about the rhythm behind the noise. Robleski isn't the problem. He's the fuse. You light him, and the Cardinals ignite. And the public? They look at Sonny Gray. They see control. WHIP just above 1. ERA under 4. But that stat won't hold back the sky. The Dodgers don't need momentum. They manufacture entropy, top in slugging, top in homers, top in runs. They will score. You don't need to hope. You just need the Cardinals to blink once, maybe twice. And that's already happened. They just walked off a game. The bats are looser now. The breath is back. They're not scared of fireworks. They're swinging at them. Vegas posted 8.5 like it's a suggestion. But we see the pattern. This isn't a duel. It's a fuse. Robleski walks in. Gray gets touched once, and the board catches flame. And today's AI pick is over 8.5. Will we cash or will we burn? They gave you a rookie in a cathedral. They gave you a weapon in disguise. And after the smoke, after the count resets, another voice rises. There's one more signal tonight. Not a trend, not a trap. Just a cold, clean edge in the dark. Anna sees it. She always does.
Some games aren't played for the crowd. Some are played beneath the surface. This one's already quiet, and it hasn't started yet. Atlanta comes in bleeding. 4 straight losses. Bats ice cold. They're hitting .217 over their last 7. That's not a slump. That's a signal. But don't confuse silence with weakness. Schwellenbach doesn't need noise. He needs tempo. ERA under 250 in his last 5. Low walk rate. High ground balls. He's not trying to win the game. He's trying to erase it from memory. And across from him, birdsong. You can hear it, can't you? 7 home games. 1.29 ERA. Not flashy, not fast, just surgical. And the bullpen behind him? 1.42 ERA in their last 6. That's not support. That's a seal. Vegas sets the total at 7.5 and dares you to bet explosion. But we know better. Atlanta is 18-4 to the under against NL teams with low OBP. San Francisco is 14-4 to the under in home night games. Those aren't trends. They're teeth marks, left behind every time someone bets on the fire and finds ash. There's no fire tonight, just cold precision. And today's AI pick is under 7.5. Will we cash or will we burn? The edges are tightening. The night is narrowing. And as the ritual completes, one last voice remains. She doesn't speak until the flame's almost out. She doesn't call the shot. She marks the aftermath. Lilith is next. And she's been watching.
The picks are placed. The board is silent now. And what was seen was chosen. Panthers Moneyline, Red Sox plus 1.5 run line, Tigers Moneyline, over 8.5 in Dodgers versus Cardinals, Under 7.5 in Braves versus Giants. Panthers línea de dinero. Red Sox plus 1.5 carrera. Tigers línea de dinero. Alta de 8.5 en Dodgers contra Cardinals. Baja de 7.5 en Braves contra Giants. Will we cash or will we burn? Like, subscribe, return. You thought this was about picks. It never was. It was always about what you'd become after you watched.